Well, son of Mars wouldn't blow his nose on this place.
Well, now you was all for stopping at the Statler.
What's wrong with the Statler?
When did we ever have any luck at the Statler?
Twice.
In whose recollection?
Well, mine. You wasn't there.
No, I guess I
But,
wasn't.
you know, you heard me speak of that restaurant man from Chicago.
Heard you speak of him continuously.
Well, the Statler was where I made that man's acquaintance.
And well, I remember how that turned out.
Oh, well, I don't regret it. I have no regrets whatsoever.
You have no pride where men are concerned, Bessie.
No, I have no pride where men are concerned. And you have no pride where men are concerned. And nobody has any pride where men is concerned. That's just the way it is. You know, I'm not cold-hearted. And when I go out with a man, I expect to have a good time. Just as much as he does.
More.
Well, all right then, more. I expect to meet him at least halfway.
More than halfway, honey.
All right then, well maybe sometimes I'll go more than halfway. I don't see why I should be criticized for that.
Now, nobody has spoken a word of criticism.
I do my part to bring some happiness to the world, even if it's just for one night only. You know, it isn't a crime to give a good time to a stranger.
Now, whoever said it was?
Some people seem to take that attitude.
Well, I certainly never.
Well, you talked about pride as if I didn't have any.
I said false pride, not pride. There is a difference, Bessie.
That's exactly the point I was trying to make.
All I'm saying is that a girl shouldn't compromise with her self-respect.
Well, I don't see why she should. I really don't.
That's exactly the point I was making.
But sometimes you take it to the other extreme.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
Extreme of what?
Of self-respect.
You mean I'm not a good sport?
No, that is just the opposite of what I'm meaning.
Well, your meaning is private as far as I'm concerned.
Well, now the trouble with you is your mind wanders off, but your jaw keeps on talking as if something brilliant's coming out. You know, that's why I find it so damn difficult to talk to you.
Foot.
Yeah. Penny for your thoughts, Miss Merriweather.
Well, I had my character read this afternoon.
By whom? A gypsy?
No, it was read by a parrot.
You're kidding.
No, I gave this man a dime, and he opened the parrot's cage. The parrot hopped out and put his head in a box and picked up a little piece of paper in his beak. Well, I took that piece of paper. Guess what it said?
Well, now, how would I know what it said on that piece of paper?
Well, I'll tell you. You have a sensitive nature, and are often misunderstood by your close companions.
Uh-huh.
Imagine it, Bessie. A perfect analysis given by a parrot.
Well, I don't set much store by that kind of thing, I'm afraid. Well?
Wipe your chin up, Bessie. You got something on it.
Oh, thank you, Miss Merriweather. Now, can I ask you a question?
What, Miss Higginbotham?
Well, I'm just wondering about those youthful beauty treatments. You keeping up with those?
Yes, I just had a youthful beauty treatment just this afternoon.
And how are you satisfied with the way that's going?
I've noticed a 100% improvement in my skin since I started taking those youthful beauty treatments.
Well, I'm glad you've noticed it, honey.
Why, haven't you?
Well, now, Flora, you know, your problem is skin. Not so much blackheads, but those big old pores you got.
I haven't a single blackhead left on my face, and just a few little whiteheads and this little doohickey here, which is just a spot where I squeezed one out with a hairpin.
Well, Flora, your problem's skin. You might as well face it.
Everybody's problem is skin, including yours, Bessie. But, of course, your primary problem is keeping down weight.
You know, I am a type that can carry a good deal of weight because I have a large bone frame. That's right. And I happen to think it's very well distributed on me.
Well, if you won't face facts, there's no use talking about it. Complacency is one thing and optimism is another.
Yes, but if you were a man, what would you rather have, a straight back chair or a rocker?
Well, that would depend on the man and the relative size of the rocker.
Just drink up, Flora.